He lay motionless in a pool of blood, his vision blurred, forced to watch as German soldiers murdered his wife with merciless cruelty. He could not scream, he could not move. In that instant, his soul shattered. Seconds later, fate carried him to the doorstep of a German widow, knocking only to deliver news that would destroy another life. Was this an act of vengeance or an attempt at redemption? The truth, however, stretched far beyond such simple questions. Because for this woman, learning of her husband's death did not bring peace. Instead, it opened the door to a new and relentless nightmare. The war had officially ended, but for her, the suffering had only just begun. Her name was Rosa. On paper, she had once been the wife of a German man. In reality, she now belonged nowhere. The land she lived on had shifted borders, passing from German control into Polish hands. Overnight, Rosa became a stranger in her own home. As a German widow, she was viewed as a remnant of an enemy past, unwanted and mistrusted. Her identity was no longer hers to define. It was inspected, questioned, and judged by others. The story begins amid the charred ruins of the Warsaw Uprising, the largest urban resistance of World War II. The rebellion ended in devastating defeat, crushed between German forces and the tightening grip of the Soviet army. From those ruins emerged Ash, a Polish resistance fighter who survived the carnage but lost everything else. He witnessed his wife's brutal execution and lived with the unbearable knowledge that he could do nothing to stop it. The weight of that failure followed him everywhere, marking him as a man who survived when he believed he did not deserve to. Months later, the war ended. Ash left Warsaw behind and traveled alone toward the remote Masurian Lake District. He was searching for someone who, like him, had lost the person they loved most, but his past made every step dangerous. As a former member of the Polish Home Army, he was now a target for the new post-war authority. He moved quietly, hiding his identity, avoiding attention, always prepared to disappear. One day, exhausted and near collapse, Ash came across a destroyed military vehicle half submerged in a muddy swamp. He stepped closer and searched inside. There, he found a sniper rifle and a bundle of US dollars, soaked but still usable. Without hesitation, he threw the rifle back into the mud. He had sworn to abandon that violent life forever. The money, however, he kept. Perhaps it could buy him a future that did not involve killing. After many detours and close calls, Ash finally obtained Rosa's address through a compassionate priest. When he arrived and knocked, the door opened to a woman he had never seen before. Yet when their eyes met, words failed him. Silence filled the space between them. Slowly, Ash handed her a small cloth-wrapped bundle. Inside were her husband's wedding ring and a photograph of the two of them together. Rosa said nothing. Her hands trembled as she accepted the item. In that moment, she understood completely. Her past was truly over. Ash tried to answer her questions, but his voice faltered, and unexpectedly, from this painful encounter, a fragile connection began to form. That evening, Rosa invited him to stay for dinner. She even offered him a place to sleep for the night. Ash accepted. Outside, the world was hostile and unpredictable. Inside her farmhouse, there was at least temporary shelter. Still, he did not sleep at all. At dawn, after helping Rosa carry water from the well, Ash prepared to leave. But before he could go, Rosa made a request that was both dangerous and desperate. Ash lied in response, a decision that would later haunt him. After a rushed goodbye, he walked toward the nearest town. There, he was drawn into a loud, chaotic crowd. He witnessed German civilians being beaten and humiliated by the new Polish authorities for minor complaints against Soviet soldiers. Ash turned away, disturbed, yet Rosa's face lingered in his mind. He realized that if she publicly declared her identity, disaster would follow. Fate seemed to pull him back toward her. He cut his hair, as if trying to sever his past, then searched for work. Nothing came. In the end, he returned to Rosa's farmhouse. With his beard shaved and his posture renewed, he appeared different. There was a spark in his eyes. Still, Rosa remained distant. Determined to help, Ash crafted a crude mine-detecting tool from his bayonet. After a short prayer, he stepped into the field surrounding the farmhouse, knowing it was riddled with unexploded landmines. Slowly, inch by inch, he worked. One by one, he uncovered them. But as he focused, the sound of a motorcycle shattered the calm. Soviet soldiers arrived, and chaos followed. Though Ash managed to drive them away, Rosa was left trembling, consumed by terror. Later, Rosa confessed the truth. To everyone else, she was nothing. Germans were hated, Poles despised her, and Soviet soldiers abused their power. Her life had become a prison of fear. Days passed. Ash marked every mine and even salvaged potatoes that should have rotted underground. When his torn pants split while lifting a heavy sack, Rosa unexpectedly laughed. It was brief but real. For the first time, life felt almost normal. Ash tried delivering food to nearby neighbors, only to face cold rejection. The priest eventually revealed the truth. After Soviet soldiers occupied Rosa's farmhouse, rumors spread. The villagers labeled her a collaborator, a disgrace. From that moment, she was doomed in their eyes. One day, while Rosa quietly mended Ash's torn clothing, a sudden explosion echoed from the field. Without knowing the outcome, she froze. That moment marked her emotional surrender. She had never allowed herself hope before. Now, she had something to lose. From then on, Rosa worked alongside Ash, refusing to let him clear mines alone. Ash used the money from the swamp to buy supplies, but one evening, he returned to find Rosa broken and shaking. Polish men had come, beating her, threatening to hang her if she did not leave. That night, Ash made a decision. He returned to the swamp, retrieved the sniper rifle, and buried landmines around the farmhouse. He embraced the very role he had sworn to abandon. Yet when he tried to teach Rosa how to shoot, her body collapsed. Years of abuse had taken their toll. She suffered a miscarriage. An old friend saved her life, but recovery would be slow. During this time, Rosa revealed her deepest secret. She had a daughter, Jadwiga, hidden in the attic. To protect her, Rosa had told everyone the child was dead. The mere mention of Russians sent Rosa into uncontrollable fear. Under Ash's protection, Jadwiga no longer had to hide constantly. Safety, however fragile, returned. A neighbor named Vasil visited with his family. They shared food and laughter, though fear lingered. Vasil asked Ash to help clear mines from his land. Slowly, trust grew. Life settled into a quiet rhythm. Rosa and Ash began imagining a future, but reality intervened. Ash attempted to bribe officials to prevent Rosa's deportation. He failed. Worse, his identity was exposed to state security. That night, danger arrived. Armed men approached the farmhouse. Ash waited, counting silently, detonator in hand. An explosion shattered the night. A stray dog and an attacker were killed. Fear spread. Retaliation followed. Vasil's family was attacked, their home destroyed. Rosa took them in, but resentment grew. Rosa's health worsened again. Ash sought help, knowing time was running out. State security seized his document. His friend urged him to flee. Ash refused. When officers interrogated Rosa, he confronted them openly. Eventually, he entrusted Rosa to the priest. During his absence, bandits returned. Violence erupted. Jadwiga fired a gun to protect her mother. Rosa's spirit broke. Winter arrived. Rosa's life faded like a dying flame. Ash stayed beside her, reading softly, holding her hand. She passed away quietly, eyes still open, as if unwilling to let go. Her funeral was small and simple. Windows were opened, fulfilling her final wish. Her soul was free. Jadwiga later completed a symbolic wedding ceremony with Ash, honoring Rosa's dream. But outside the church, state security waited. Ash was arrested, tortured, imprisoned. He was a victim of political purges. Years later, he was released. Returning to the Lake District, nothing remained the same. Holding Jadwiga's hand, Ash walked away, disappearing into history.
End the movie. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our other recaps and subscribe for more content. And leave comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.